Well, The Enchanted Child is an opera, a short opera that's about 50 minutes long, maybe, that was written by Ravel, the composer Ravel, who's most famous probably for Bolero, and with libretto by Colette, who's very famous for her novels for children and adults in France. And it tells the story of a young boy who refuses to do his homework, so his mother basically grounds him, and he has a tantrum and he tears his room apart, and then all of the things in his room come to life and tell him just exactly what they think of him and how angry they are at him, basically, for having been such a terrible child all this time. And eventually he heads out into the garden of the house and he meets all the animals in the garden, and I'm not going to tell you how it turns out. It's a very sort of fantastical story. We have singing chairs, singing clocks, the wallpaper comes to life, the animals, and so we're taking a very simple performer-based approach to that. We're being inspired by the drawings of Edward Gorey, who's an artist and illustrator who draws quite strange, sort of otherworldly scenes between young children and mysterious and sinister grown-ups. It seems like that's the aesthetic of the piece. So people should come and see a kind of fantastical, slightly unnerving world with everything from terror to gorgeousness. In my opinion, it goes through a journey that's as extraordinary as a three-act opera. That the child goes through so many things in 45 to 50 minutes that I think every little moment is a nugget. I think the whole thing is like a little jewel. And I'm so thrilled to have the chance to do this piece because we don't necessarily see it that often, but it's a classic of the rep, and I just think it's amazing.
So I'm Danielle Didica, and I'm singing the role of the fire in Lenfant et les Sortileges, along with Le Rossignol, the Yowl, a chair, and many other little parts. And the fire seems to be a pretty crazy aria for me. It's lots of fun, dramatically speaking, but vocally speaking, it's also very difficult. It's very instrumental, so for my voice, which is used to doing very long lyrical lines, I have to move very quickly, doing lots of runs, and then sort of be jumping all over the place, and then throwing out some high notes here and there. It's vocal acrobatics, basically. But it's fun. I'm playing one of the chairs right in the beginning, and we have to be able to physically embody these objects, which means we've had to do a lot of work on our legs and arms just to be able to find the angular, like sharp angles, 90-degree angles, physically in our body, and sort of be able to sustain this in our movement and while we're singing. So it's been an interesting challenge to work our bodies in this very physical way. So we're, you know, I have to stand like this a lot, or like this. And I have to stay there for, 5 minutes, and it's a really good workout for your quads. You realize, how much of your body you're actually using to embody the chair, but then you have to sing on top of that, which is also a very physical act. So it's been a really fun challenge, I think, for me and Stephen. Stephen's the other chair, and we're just sort of playing right now, just to be able to find positions on the floor, because we have to mimic chairs as we're lying on the floor, and then kind of, come up, standing up, looking like a chair. I think it will be understood because when we actually come on stage as the chairs have been knocked over, so we're hiding behind them, and the rest of the crew the rest of the people singing the opera will actually remove the chairs, and so Stephen and I will be left there mimicking the chair. So I think it'll be pretty clear. Also, as we're sort of dancing around, it's not a graceful dance, it's a very awkward dance as we're sort of circling the child. But yeah, I think it should be pretty clear what we are, who it is. I think this is a very special opera because there's something in it for everybody to enjoy. And it changes musically sort of for each character, which I find amazing that a composer can have so many different styles of music in it, and the music really does embody each character.